Over the river and through the woods once lived our granny. But she died. So here we are to take over her house and start the new year with getting our life together. But this won't be an easy feat, as we have many challenges ahead of us. Join us as Elizabeth Cunning is here to get her life together with the New Year's and face many challenges. But as for today, what we'll be getting into is building the house itself. So if you guys don't really care for build videos, or you're just more excited for the Let's Play itself, this video might not be for you, but I wanted to be able to showcase the work that we put into it before we get into the series itself, which I am so very excited. First things first, as you guys can see, I had like so many debug items that I placed out into the world. I was just like, I knew I wanted to be run down. I wanted this place to be old and like abandoned. When Granny said what? When Granny died, we don't actually know as for the time frame, but I wanted this place to look like it's been highly neglected. So when we inherit it, we have things to clean up in each room, in each space. We'll slowly be able to work on, while also trying to get rid of these lot challenges and whatnot that you guys got to see in the little intro that I made. So I am very excited. As you guys can tell, we're doing like a little old cottage that Granny lived in. What does it say? Over the river and through the woods. This is where Granny will be living, and I'm very excited because I think this will give us the aspect of a new year, new me type of challenge, and just kind of get it together. As for the backstory, I didn't really have any quite yet when creating this for our character and why they're moving here instead of anywhere else. But as to maybe we can create that together. If you guys have any better ideas, let me know. I love creating lore and whatnot. But as for our character, I knew that maybe we didn't have our life together in some aspect. Maybe we lost our job, or times got rough, or we didn't like what we were doing. Things change, and this just gave us opportunity to be able to get away from life, maybe. I feel like I like that aspect when we didn't like what we did, or what we were doing, and we're getting away, and Granny... We found out Granny sadly passed away. R.I.P. Granny. We love you, Granny. Whoever your Granny is. Granny doesn't even have a name yet. It's just Granny. Oh, God. Let me know if Granny should have a name. Should we respect Granny? I feel like Granny should have a name. You know what? It's Granny for now. But either way, I feel like we got this opportunity. Maybe we got a letter in the mail and we took forever to open it because we were going through midlife crises. Or what? Probably what? Early, mid-stage life crises. That's a thing now, right? Mid-year life crises, new year life crises, that's a thing, right? It's a thing for the series, but either way, we sought out this opportunity as a refresh, but this came with a lot of different challenges as to the places run down. There's weird, like, color schemes going on, and the whole shebang. We also have a secret neighbor, which I moved in from our previous Let's Play, which if you guys haven't checked out and you guys do like Let's Plays, I 10 out of 10 recommend our Home Alone series. I had a lot of fun with that. That was our holiday series. As for this one, will be our New Year's one and getting into the New Year's. And I think this place turned out okay. My only issue was I kind of wish I made it nice and then rough, because I think it looks rough overall. But which builds of mine aren't a little bit rough, if you know what I mean. So either way, I hope you guys still like it, even though it's a bit of a... I don't want to say an eyesore. Hopefully your eyes don't bleed is what I usually like to say. But we do have a secret neighbor, which as for the neighbor's lore itself, I like to assume that maybe the Granny rented the place for them previously or something. But since they're coming from our previous series, I don't know. I kind of like this. You guys will see who I'm talking about if you watch the series. I don't want to spoil too much, but... because I think it's going to be funny, it's going to be laughs, and if you're like, oh, this makes no sense, 10 out of 10 recommend, waiting, holding out, and checking out the series yourself, or at least watch the Home Alone series if you know what I'm talking about. We had a bonus secret guest, and I really wanted to see that funny little Easter egg in this challenge itself, so he's going to be living here, and if you don't know what I mean, just bypass that, let it go over your head, and let's continue on into the build itself. So I knew I wanted it to be small, unfortunately, because I don't want the series to be too long, so the house isn't too grand. It is quite nice. I mean, it's just a single room and kitchen, and the layout is quite wonky. As for the bathroom is in the kitchen. If we want to rearrange it to make it look nicer, we can go right ahead. But I figured that the weird layout could go along with the fact that we have, like, these weird, whatchamacallit, like, carpeting and, like, weird patterns on the wall, and, like, weird in the sense of, like, they don't mash together quite well, but at the same time, we don't know what Granny's styles were. Granny could have been Granny could have been anything. Granny doesn't even have a name yet, so who knows what Granny was like. But that's kind of what I went for. And for the exterior, I was just slowly trying to utilize all the debug items that I found and then getting rid of the ones I didn't want. There was quite a few that I didn't want, but I don't know. I don't know if this was the right process in the sense of that I pulled out too much, and when I got nearing the bottom of the debug section, I was just like, it's whatever now. But I really wanted to be able to use I really wanted to be able to utilize stuff that I haven't previously in the past, because I am too, lazy to dig through debug items, or at least know what's in the debug items, and I wanted to make sure that we got to utilize as much as possible for this one. So I feel like I did pretty well. Being able to incorporate all that. As for the interior layout itself, like I was previously mentioning, it's a bit wonky, mainly due to the fact that I was trying to incorporate the one bedroom, the bathroom, and then also kitchen, living room, the whole everything the house needs. And the size was already determined before the room size, so I ended up with this weird wonky area, and I don't know. You guys will see very shortly, but here's where I incorporated like the different colored flooring, and then I got the unique wallpaper. I don't know per se how to consider it aged. I don't know. I'm not really into like naming things, but as you guys can see, I was trying to create this idea of like, oh, it's older, different like patterns, and I really wanted to use like colored carpet because I was in a friend's family's house and they had like colored carpet, and then they had like the just fun wallpaper, and I'm like, oh, this house, and they were just telling me about the house and how it's transformed and changed over time, and I really want to incorporate that in this house. Not saying that this is anywhere like their house. I mean, I've definitely made this worn down, over cluttered. Granny probably, I don't know, probably whoever else knew Granny probably like stored their stuff here. I don't know, maybe Granny stored a bunch of stuff here, but I really wanted it to feel cluttered, partly packed up. So as we go through each episode, my plan is to go have like a room that we maybe like, oh, we get rid of all of the junk today, that's what we can accomplish, or something achievable. I have to still list it out and stuff. Today I mainly created the house, I created our character, and I guess in this video here we're creating lore as we speak. I mean, Granny still doesn't have a name, but you know, lore as for everything else. I really like the thought that we moved here because we didn't like what we were doing. We wanted to get away. We quit our job because it just sucked, and life isn't going to be easy right away, and we're going to get through that and get the new year going, and have some fun with it. Obviously, I don't want it to be overly serious, but I wanted to be able to have fun with it in this unique Sims 4 challenge Let's Play, while also being able to explore a lot of the lot challenges I haven't yet. So, oh my god, I'm a little nervous because I've seen people do their creepy crawlers and get like near death, so I'm hoping we don't die before I can get too far. Oh my god, what would that mean for this New Year's New Me challenge? That we shouldn't change? I don't know. Maybe we should get rid of that one first. I mean, it's not that hard to get rid of it, right? I don't have to. I'm a little nervous now. But we literally have every lot challenge, from off the grid to creepy crawlers to all of them, whatever you can think of. We get in mold, so I am very nervous about the amount of things that could kill us. As for how we're gonna make money and stuff, I have the easel already placed. We have the flower arrangement thing. We have a few like places to plant, and I thought maybe since we're gonna be renovating this house, and that's kind of our main goal and stuff, is that we'll be probably wanting to stay home most of the time. Plus, as much as I want to have that aspect of like, oh, we're finding our career, maybe the house is our life right now, and that's what we're going to be working on. Because I was just originally thinking that we should have a job, but I was just like, maybe the house is enough. The house is a challenge enough. So let me know what you guys think on that aspect. If you guys are excited for the series, I really hope so, because the original plan was to do a royalty series, which I do have still in the making. I am planning to do that, and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But the plan for that series originally was New Year, why not be royal? And I was going to have like a whole, I'm still building it, but we're going to have like a castle that we're going to live in, and especially the For Rent series, for the For Rent pack itself, I can make rooms designated for certain individuals, and then with the hire service mod that I have. We can have service hands like we're helping us, and the goal would be marrying off our kids, but we could have either the extra drama of the king having other lovers and they live in other rooms, and since they can't see them all the time because of the new pack itself, I thought that'd be really fun and maybe a lot of drama and like trying to just marry off our spoiled kids. But we'll see if I can still get to that and when we'll be able to get to that. Maybe for romance, because it's gonna be, marrying off our kids. I don't know. Is that kind of weird, like, Valentine's Day series? Yeah, drama of, like, yeah, I don't know. It's still brainstorming. It's still in the thinking. It's still in the making, I should say. So I'd love to hear guys' thoughts on that, but it's another Let's Play that I was thinking of doing. But this is the one I ended up on. One, mainly because I haven't finished the castle, but two, I also really want to try out the new and all the other lot challenges that they're new to me. I've never tried them, and I really want to. And I thought this was a perfect time. We got a Granny's house we're gonna be moving to, and I really like the lore of it. And I thought if I time it out right, we would be able to achieve it in a manageable amount of time, because we do have other series going on in our in our village currently, from the For Rent series, the Rent to Riches series, we have our 100 Baby Challenge series, and now this one. So I want to make sure that I don't make it too big for us as much as I want to make it extra challenging. So if you're like, oh, that feels a bit cheaty or something, do know that I'm trying to time manage everything well and properly. So hopefully it makes sense and it's still going to be exciting. I'm going to be able to enjoy it. I'm so excited to be able to go through this process. But if you're just here for the build itself, I totally understand. I'm not much of a builder here on this channel anymore. I do push myself with building because that was originally why I started posting those videos here. But I personally forcing myself to make certain build challenges isn't something I love as much as doing series. I love doing series with you guys, so I really hope you guys do enjoy those alongside with me, because I love drama and tea in my game, please. I mean, not in real life, but in the game. I like being able to create these scenarios and see how they go in The Sims and having fun with it and creating lore and a story in a sense. Unplanned usually, because The Sims love to throw Sims challenges in our face, so I'm excited to see what that's like in this series, especially since we'll have all the challenges that I've never done. We'll have the secret neighbor that I have renting out the other room that you guys will see nearing the end of this video, because I made it very last minute. But as you guys can see, we got the bedroom really cluttered, messed up. I really love that basement items. I think this is like the most I've ever used it, so it's very nice for lore and storytelling for this series. Creating builds that I personally genuinely like are not usually useful with those items, but when you're creating lore and like this storytelling Let's Plays, I find it a lot of fun. I feel like it really helps convey a certain message that you're trying to come across, or for us specifically, Granny had a lot of items, Granny had a lot of life. And now moving on to the outside and the layout and whatnot, as you guys can see, I have the gravestones, we have the birds thingy, I eventually have like the flower thing, we got plots, but this is the little home to the secret. I feel like I'm blatantly talking about it this time rather than the previous series. It just kind of happened due to the fact that I was trying to have a kid home alone without parents, and The Sims 4 doesn't really like that. But for this little secret individual spot, it does have 2 floors. Originally, I wanted it to be as small as possible. So if you guys checked out the previous series, I know I briefly showed it. But I will say this one is a lot nicer than the previous home he had. So don't feel too bad for him. He's slowly moving up in the world. But it's just supposed to be like a shed renovated in my eyes. So it's nothing like sticking out too much. So this is where they live. They have like a fine kitchen. They got their bedroom. Everything they need. They are off the lid, unfortunately, and I haven't play tested, so hopefully everything works. It's gonna be cool to also be able to play test all of this alongside with, like, our neighbor. Like, are they gonna, I don't know. I guess revolting isn't gonna be my problem. We're not the owner. At least currently, I don't know if that's gonna be an issue. I had my sim move in, and we didn't own it, because I'm still learning how to, like, properly do all that. So, since I rented the space of the main house instead of living somewhere else and then buying the property, I think that's how we're supposed to do it. We don't own the property, so somebody else does. So maybe Granny was renting originally, but the I don't know, the landlord was like, hey, your granny, blah, 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 fix it up, please. Otherwise, you're gonna have to pay all this money. And we're like, you know what, we'll do it ourselves. There you go, more lore. Who knew? Or if you guys think it's gonna be a problem, I could definitely figure out how to buy out the property itself. I think just, you know, move all my Sims out that live here and then buy it ourselves is probably what's gonna happen. I just don't know if there's gonna be any issues with the fact that we don't own it quite yet, so that's gonna be fun to realize and figure out once that happens. I think outside of that, though, the benefit is the fact that we don't have to deal with revolts. We're not the main fixer-upper, although we can fix some of the issues that we are personally having, so that's still a benefit. And we don't have to go over the secret. I like to call it the secret. The secrets, you know, individual spot and like help their place up, I guess. You know, there's still gonna be a secret and hidden, and hopefully we don't have to really deal with them. There's gonna be a funny background character. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see and figure it out as the Let's Play goes. But like I said, there's not a whole lot in his little shed-like scenario. I think I gave him a bookshelf and a desk, but he has a kitchen that I know you guys can't see right now. I do change out the items so the place is off the grid and whatnot, because originally I forgot that was a lot challenge, and then when I remembered, I was like, I don't know if I want it off the grid, but I changed a lot of the stuff in the end and made sure that it works. So here's to hoping we're functioning without power and water and stuff, so we're gonna have to figure it out because we're also on simple living, so a lot of challenges that we're gonna have to do. So I'm hoping it'll create chaos and fun and really motivate us to get our life together, because we're gonna starve and have no water, warm water especially, and no food because our fridge has none. It's like real life. No, I'm kidding. But I'm excited to be able to figure that out and do that with you guys as the series kicks on and whatnot. So the last little bits is basically landscaping and figuring out all the little debug items, but I'm excited to show you guys that more in depth with the final tour. So I think without further ado, let's get into that. Okay, so here we are at Granny's Cottage. Day one, as you guys can see, pretty rough. We have like a little workout spot so we can get fit. We do have laundry, which I know I didn't really show in the video, because I kind of added that as an extra touch, and then also the painter thing over here. Let's work our way in so you guys can see a bit more of what's going on. Oh my god, there's no lights! I might have to change the lights out. It's gonna be a bit rough otherwise. Okay, well, yeah, we're in the dark until I change those lights out, so let me do that really quickly. Okay, so here we are with a bit of lighting. I can't see, but I chose some that functions off the grid, just some candles up there. But here we have his Granny's living room, pretty run down. I mean, we definitely have quite a few items that we're gonna have to exchange out. Granny has a lot of stuff that needs to go, mainly the whole house. Should we just burn it? No, I'm kidding. But this is where it gets weird. That's where the bathroom is. It's not ideal. The cabinets don't match. One's more worn down than the other. We got where we're gonna be sleeping, I guess, you know. We got Granny. Oh my god, it's Granny. It's the pound. Wait, that looks like somebody. You know what? It's fine. That's Granny. Granny and Grandpa, apparently. But yeah, so here's the bathroom. Not ideal location. We gotta get a temporary shower, you know, so we can shower while we're here. Cause, you know, the shower apparently went out and they never got a new one or something silly. Or maybe somebody robbed our shower, so we had to get a new one. Who knows? Who knows anymore? But, let's work our way over here. As you guys can see, we have a little, we got plenty of, like, stuff to utilize. Oh, R.I.P. But to make money and whatnot, we have, like, a pond. I think it's pretty cozy. I don't think I show you guys what's in here. Yeah. Unfortunately, because I'm on her perspective. But I love the look of this place. I know it's not huge, the grand tour or anything. I like to be able to use and, like, challenge myself with all the different items that we found. And I don't think it turned out too shabby. Obviously, it looks, like it's seen better days. But I hope you guys are excited just as I am with this new and upcoming series. I'm sorry that my camera skills are still, still lacking. They've seen better days too. But either way, I think that'll do it for today and this build video and tour. And yeah. And yay, that'll be it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to this village, welcome on in, guys. Please absolutely do. If you guys are excited for the new series, let me know down below, because I am. Maybe I'll comment down below, who knows. But either way, hopefully I'll see you guys in the future and this upcoming series. And I hope you have an amazing day. And bye.